You know, I've only dreamed of making tennis grow in the Philippines, and now I'm bringing a whole new audience to tennis all around the world.
So when Eala plays, we all get together and we all watch her support her as a group of people.
Are there actual like gatherings?
Oh yeah.
yes.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
It's
We
party time.
plan our dinners around that stuff.
Really? You signed up for Tennis Channel to watch her?
Yeah, because sometimes they don't show it.
So the year subscription, just in
No,
case?
the monthly.
Oh, the monthly. Okay.
Monthly, just in case she doesn't play, then we don't.
Listen to the roar of the crowd. The sheer talent of the Filipino people is undeniable. Just look at Alex on the court, making her name known. With every triumph, the world takes notice. We are the ones who catch the globe off guard. These are the stories that truly inspire the heart. The entire world was absolutely stunned. What started as a simple tennis match quickly transformed into a global phenomenon. Right in the heart of the California desert at the iconic stadium, one of Indian Wells, history was waiting. An unforeseen spectacle brought the entire tennis community to a complete standstill. The massive 16,000-seat arena was completely sold out for this round of 32 showdown. Alexandra Eala of the Philippines faced off against the American superstar Coco Gauff. Keep in mind that this was not a championship final or even a Grand Slam semifinal. Yet the anticipation radiating through the stands felt exactly like a championship bout. The stage was set for March 9th at 9 in the morning. Whether it was morning in the Philippines or the night of March 8th in California, this match became the center of the tennis universe. It was a fierce showdown that went far beyond mere rankings or final scores. It was truly about undeniable momentum, fierce national pride, and the thrilling possibility of a massive upset. On one side of the net stood Coco Gauff, a 21-year-old American prodigy who had long been hailed as one of the most dominant forces in modern women's tennis. She is a two-time Grand Slam champion who currently holds the prestigious title of world number 4. She is renowned for her world-class athleticism, her lightning-fast speed across the court, and an elite defensive prowess that can instantly flip any rally into a lethal attack. For the vast majority of spectators, she was the absolute and undisputed favorite coming into this fight. This was not solely due to the massive gap in their rankings, but also heavily influenced by their previous head-to-head history. Just last month in Dubai, during the quarterfinals of a major tournament, Eala seemingly had no answer for Gauff's relentlessly aggressive playstyle. The inevitable result was a swift 6-0, 6-2 victory for the brilliant American star. However, if devoted tennis fans have learned anything from this beautiful sport, it is the simple fact that every single match writes an entirely new story. And for Alexandra Eala, that crushing defeat in Dubai was certainly not the end, but rather the spark of a brand new chapter. Instead of losing her confidence, she used that tough loss as pure fuel to elevate her game. At 20 years old, the Filipina left-hander found herself right in the middle of the absolute strongest stretch of her professional career. She proudly climbed the ranks to sit comfortably at number 32 in the entire world. She cemented her legacy as the highest-ranked Filipina tennis player in the entire history of the tour. Her incredible season had been packed with gritty victories and unbelievably dramatic comebacks. This amazing run included her incredibly impressive 3-set victory over Diana Yastremska right before stepping into this current match. That grueling previous match served as the perfect preview, showcasing Eala's unbreakable mental toughness. The brutal contest lasted well over 2 hours and was packed with wild momentum swings. She even faced a daunting 4-5 deficit in the final set. Many ordinary players would easily surrender in that kind of high-pressure situation, especially with an exhausted body and a heavy atmosphere. But Eala is far from ordinary. She clawed her way back point by agonizing point, extending the long rallies and forcing her opponent into difficult corners. Ultimately, she emerged totally victorious with a brilliant 7-5 finish in the deciding set. That was far more than just a simple, everyday victory. It was a massive statement proving that she was fully prepared to compete against the very best players in the world. And right now, she was about to face one of those elite titans all over again. This specific match carried a highly unique aura that was simply impossible to explain by looking at mere statistics. You could not simply look at Gauff's historical dominance in their head-to-head records. It was clear that the American held significantly more titles and vastly more experience on the biggest global stages. Yet there remained one crucial factor that had been constantly and passionately discussed throughout the entire tennis world over the recent months. The unbelievable surge in the sheer popularity of Alexandra Eala was undeniably magnetic. In every single tournament where she plays, organizers and commentators immediately notice a distinct pattern. Suddenly, the empty seats were filling up to maximum capacity. There was an electric energy flowing through the crowd that felt exactly like a massive festival. There are passionate fans traveling not only from the Philippines, but from completely different corners of the globe, who are intensely curious to witness this rising star in action. In Dubai alone, even though she was far from being considered the local hometown favorite, her presence was deeply felt. It was incredibly noticeable just how deafeningly noisy the massive crowd became whenever Eala executed a brilliant rally. Many thrilled spectators said it felt exactly as if she was the solitary force bringing that thunderous atmosphere into the entire stadium. There are countless joyful children proudly holding up the vibrant colors of the Philippine flag. There are brand new tennis fans who openly state that they only recently became deeply interested in the amazing sport solely because of her deeply inspiring journey. Even Gauff herself openly noticed that incredible phenomenon. The American superstar graciously recognized the infectious energy constantly brought by Eala's dedicated supporters and how she genuinely helps attract a vibrant new audience to the wonderful game of tennis. By the time they arrived at Indian Wells, that mounting anticipation had exploded into something even more magnificent. The completely sold-out 16,000-seat capacity of Stadium 1 served as absolute and clear proof of exactly how much raw excitement truly exists for their highly anticipated rematch. This monumental clash is not merely about an established American star fiercely defending her home turf. It is equally about an incredibly resilient Filipina underdog who seemingly overnight transformed into a massive global sensation. Across all major social media platforms, the digital buzz remains absolutely unstoppable. Devoted fans from the Philippines, Asia, America, and Europe are simultaneously awaiting the start of this epic fight. Many eager viewers openly admit that the heavy anticipation is genuinely nerve-wracking, but at the exact same time, they remain deeply hopeful. They feel an immense and undeniable pride while watching Eala's meteoric rise to the very top. The beautifully contrasting stylistic matchup between these two phenomenal athletes provides yet another compelling reason why their fight is so incredibly intriguing. Gauff is universally known and deeply feared for her absolute and unparalleled defensive mastery on the court. She possesses the remarkable ability to chase down almost every single ball, make every contested point unbelievably difficult, and patiently wait for the absolute perfect opportunity to unleash a lethal attack. Meanwhile, Eala operates as a totally natural counterpuncher who expertly utilizes her distinct left-handed advantage. Her brilliantly sharp cross-court angles frequently surprise even the best opponents, and her incredibly high rally tolerance is perfectly suited to the notoriously slow hard courts of Indian Wells. On this particularly gritty surface, the baseline exchanges naturally take significantly longer to finish, and this is exactly where the stunning creativity and immense patience of the competing players often spectacularly emerge. If Eala can successfully manage to extend those grueling rallies and consistently force Gauff to play many exhausting extra balls, a real chance emerges. That is exactly where the thrilling drama of a monumental upset could actually begin to unfold. This is certainly not an easy tactical feat to accomplish against a truly world-class athlete like Gauff. But that specific strategy is the exact and precise blueprint that all the leading tennis analysts are actively talking about today. Eala absolutely needs to stay perfectly composed, brilliantly use her sharp angles, and bravely absorb the overwhelming power of her fierce opponent while patiently waiting for the precise right opportunity to launch a decisive attack. For Eala herself, this monumental fight represents something significantly more than just a simple round of 32 match. This grand stage serves as a powerful symbol of her continued and relentless ascension onto the global world stage. With every single hard-fought win, her deep inner belief that she can successfully reach the global top 20 and become a constant, regular contender at the prestigious Grand Slams grows exponentially stronger. But riding directly alongside that fierce personal ambition heavily comes the monumental weight of immense national pride. Every single time she bravely steps onto the competitive court, she proudly carries the heavy hope of millions of passionate Filipinos who so rarely have any representation at the absolute elite level of professional tennis. That beautiful internal conflict, delicately balancing her lofty career goals versus a deep responsibility to her beloved country, is exactly what gives such profound emotional depth to her amazing journey. It is certainly not an easy task to bravely bear this heavy kind of immense pressure at the tender age of 20, but in every single candid interview and stellar performance, Eala consistently shows a remarkable maturity sitting far beyond her actual years. She remains remarkably calm and deeply composed during all her public interviews, but the moment she steps onto the actual court, her fierce competitive spirit completely takes over. She effortlessly exudes a fierce competitiveness and a relentless fighting spirit that deeply inspires countless young people. On the other side of the net, Gauff is certainly not just any ordinary champion. She intimately knows exactly how to expertly handle the crushing pressure of a massive crowd and unbelievably high expectations. She literally grew up directly in the intense global spotlight and was long considered the undeniable future face of women's tennis. Her lethal combination of blazing speed, overwhelming power, and absolute mental strength is exactly why many experts still firmly believe she holds the massive advantage in this epic fight. All across social media, the collective and raw emotion of the passionate fans is truly palpable. There is a deeply moving mixture of intense nervousness, wild excitement, and unwavering hope. Some devoted supporters passionately argue that even if Eala ultimately loses this brutal contest, her journey remains absolutely legendary. It is a monumental achievement just to successfully reach this prestigious stage against the world, number 4. But many others also loudly warn the world to never underestimate the thrilling possibility of a massive surprise. Throughout the long and storied history of professional tennis, there have been countless magical times when the overlooked underdog miraculously emerged as the ultimate hero. And that is precisely why the completely sold-out crowd at Indian Wells was not merely waiting for another routine tennis match. They are desperately waiting to witness an unforgettable story unfold. It is the thrilling story of a fierce new rivalry that may just be beautifully beginning, showcasing two brilliant young stars who perfectly represent the magnificent new generation of tennis. And standing high above all of that, it is the deeply inspiring story of a brilliant Filipina player who relentlessly continues to completely surprise the entire world. Right now, the only burning question left hanging in the desert air is simply this one. Will Coco Gauff's absolute dominance continue to reign supreme, or will one of the absolute biggest upsets of the entire season violently erupt from Alexandra Eala's swinging racket? The definitive answer will soon be revealed on the hard court. But for the millions of proud Filipinos completely focused on this monumental fight, there is only one unifying and powerful battle cry echoing tonight: Laban Alex. Because sometimes, just one single magical night is more than enough to completely rewrite history forever.